I want you to tell me, do you think it's hard to find love in the US in this day and age? Because I know you're 55 and
54,
you've lived through the different stages and you've seen how love has evolved from your time and now in 2024. I just can't imagine to get your experience.
Yeah, through my experience, it's a bit difficult. I tend to notice that women tend to be a bit angry, and to a certain degree, I understand. And so, women tend to have very aggressive, and there's nothing wrong with a woman being strong. Absolutely nothing wrong with it.
I don't think it's hard to find. I think a lot of people do have some level of love to offer. I think it depends on what you're looking for. I think the more conventional way of going about things with like marriage and kids, I think that is still common, but not as common or traditional as it used to be back in the day. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Blazy. I always come here to give you good content every time. Guess what? Today I have a very special guest, Sergio. I'm going to ask him his perspective about love in America. Is it that hard to find someone to love here? And what does he think with how women and men interact in terms of relationship? Don't forget to click subscribe button. I want us to talk about this. Is relationship culture dead in the US? Because everybody is complaining about having a relationship in America. And actually, I think you guys know that there's this group of people who call themselves passport bros. They are men who are leaving the country to go overseas to find women to marry. Yet we have millions of women in USA. So what's your name?
Brittany.
Brittany, here, I have a gift for you. That's your gift.
Oh, thank you.
My question is, we're doing a video. Oh, sorry.
It's okay. Yeah.
We're doing a video about the relationship culture in the United States. And I know many people complain that the relationship scene is dead and you don't need to find someone in the US. What's your opinion? What's your take on that? Do you think that it's hard or easy for people to find love in the US?
I don't think it's hard to find. I think a lot of people do have some level of love to offer. I think it depends on what you're looking for. I think the more conventional way of going about things with like marriage and kids, I think that is still common, but not as common or traditional as it used to be back in the day. Yeah.
I'm curious, are you dating?
I am not, no.
How long have you been single? Sorry, I'm missing
Not very long.
For your opinion?
Yeah, thank you.
Sergio.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you.
Sergio.
Yes, sir.
Welcome. All right. So, I know you might have a different opinion about this topic. I want you to tell me, do you think it's hard to find love in the US in this day and age? Because I know you're 55 and
54,
you've lived through the different stages and you've seen how love has evolved from your time and now in 2024. I just can't imagine to get your experience.
Yeah, through my experience, it's a bit difficult. I tend to notice that women tend to be a bit angry, and to a certain degree, I understand. And so, women tend to have very aggressive, and there's nothing wrong with a woman being strong. Absolutely nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
I admire women who are strong and independent and those types of characteristics. My only concern, for my boys and other men is that sometimes women display.
You sound like someone hurt you. I won't go deep, but it seems like you went through something. But you don't need to tell us on the camera.
Yeah.
But I can tell you your perspective. So Sergio, just by talking to you for like a few seconds, I think I've kind of realized you have a very different perspective towards women. And is it mostly Western women or just women in general?
Western women.
The Western women.
Western women. Yeah.
So this is just American women.
Yeah. Yeah, that I've noticed. Yeah, absolutely.
I have a question for you. So, have you only had one woman in your life in America, or few? Have you? I'm just curious because I have to be fair.
Few.
Few. So you kind of have. All right.
An overall
Yeah.
perspective.
And would you say that they kind of had a similar vibe, or?
Yeah, yeah. I'm only growing up. I've been attracted to strong women.
Yeah.
I think it's a characteristic that, for me, it's essential because I'd like to learn from these type of women. But the common denominator was that I felt that they were confused to a point where like they thought, talked, and acted like men, and so when it came to expressing themselves, they were very aggressive.
Okay.
And so this is where I felt that they are confused.
Would you say that all the women you've dated complained about the same thing about you, or different? Because I'm just trying to get the perspective.
Right. Not about me, but like, I guess society overall. You know, they felt dissatisfied when we got on topics. They clearly showed some form of dissatisfaction or deception.
You said that you like strong women. What does it mean? Is it less feminine, or what do you mean by strong?
So for example, when I grew up without the community, without being Baha'i, you know, there was a lot of anger, a lot of confusion, a lot of aggressiveness within the women. But here in the community, it was a breath of fresh air. And so to hear their opinions, to learn the way how they think, and listening to a fresh perspective was a breath of fresh air, but yet they still maintain their femininity.
I see.
And so, when I first joined the community, you know, I was married, and when I started meeting these women, you know, I was like jealous, you know, and I was like, well, it's too late for me, but at least they're here for the boys, you know. I mean, the boys are here, so they could, you know, reap the rewards.
There's just I won't say that I'm accurate about this statistics, but they were saying that 10 years ago, there were like many relationships, like stable relationships, compared to right now.
Yep.
Maybe because of the idea of social media influence and what people think relationships should look like, as the other lady told me in the beginning. And relationships have become more materialistic.
Yep.
In terms of like how much money you have, or
Yes.
if you have six-pack,
Yes.
or if you have
Yes,
all
absolutely.
kind of crazy things.
Yeah. The thing that fascinates me about today is that, you know, now women have been given the freedom to make their choices, and rightfully so. But now I'm noticing that they're dissatisfied with the choices that they've made. And so it's to a point where, like, they don't know who they are, you know, so they become so aggressive that they actually think and talk like a man. But then when they reach a certain level of stress, now all of a sudden they start crying like a woman. And so it's like they're confused.
And will you say that men are also part of the problem?
To a certain degree, because a lot of men weren't properly raised, so they have problems with boundaries.
I see.
And so some of these men don't know how to set boundaries because they were raised by single moms, and I was one of them. And you know, not having a positive role, a male role model, tends to have a huge effect on.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Will you say that I'm wrong if I point out that men also create these problems?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do. No doubt about it. Yeah. We're all.
What advice will you give a man out there who wants to be in a relationship?
Listen to understand. Communicate. When I say communicate, comprehension. Take the time to listen to what women want, you know, and women, you know, say exactly what's in your heart. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable. There's nothing wrong with being vulnerable, you know, and you'd be surprised how others are willing to listen, and that's one of the things that I've noticed about society is that how many relationships were utterly destroyed based on simple cultural misunderstandings, amicable, business, and intimate. And so we need to start learning how to listen to understand instead of listening to react.
Yeah, on my side, I feel like relationships, because I'm coming from Africa, and in Africa, I can tell that we still have the content of relationship, like we still believe in like love. But when I came to the US, I felt like people are more focused on how much money do you have, what kind of car do you drive, let me see your house, and let me see the kind of shoes. And then those things really don't matter if you think about it, because they're just so material. And women also in America, I'll say that they went through traumatic experiences, and women all over the planet. But at the same time, I have to be fair that young men sometimes get demonized a lot.
Exactly.
And I'll say extreme feminist women, if I use that term. I think feminism is a good cause. But in everything you do, you must have a balance.
Right.
So
exactly.
it doesn't come and eat you back. Because for sure, for me, I have to advocate for the rights of women, regardless. If I have a daughter, I will never want my daughter to be mistreated. But at the same time, I don't think I'll be happy if I see my daughter mistreating a man.
Exactly.
Well, quite interesting topic, man. Yeah, but hey, listen, there's some good women out there, trust me.
Well, I hope so. I mean, get a second chance in life, But again, there's nothing wrong with women being strong. Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
It's just when they start kind of boiling over to the masculine energy, that's
so they have to remain feminine.
Well, I mean, it depends. If it was the street life, yeah,
Well, what do you describe by masculine and feminine, according to you?
Well,
do you think a woman should know how to cook and clean? Is that what you're talking about?
She doesn't have to necessarily learn how to need to know how to cook and clean. If she's willing to do the dishes, that's cool, 50-50 type thing,
I like you, man. I really like you.
And so it's about 50-50. Some women can cook, some can't, and same thing with men. But if we can negotiate, we're like, okay, I want to do this, or what can you do?
That's right.
And again, it's about communication.
So they should not have gender roles, but it's more of like supporting
none
each
whatsoever. None. Men can cook and sweep and sew just like women can. It's all about non-gender roles.
I see.
Yeah, and so again.
Goodbye. Thank you. You're welcome.
Yeah, but and so when I say masculine energy, they actually think like they want to humiliate a man. That's not right. That's not right.
Yeah.
I mean, women don't like being disrespected. Well, what makes women think that men like that? And so we as men, we tolerate a lot of stuff. It's how we are, raised, if you will. And so women should understand that as well. And that's pretty much it. And so, yeah.
Wow. And hey, where else will I want to be if it's not with Sergio? This guy here. Did you hear what he said? We are all equal, and I think we should stop fighting each other in order for us to have good relationships. Until next time, don't forget to click that subscribe button.
Take care. God bless.